Carol with Carol B Crafts. Today we'll be doing project number 6 in my Cool Treats online class. If you would like details on how you can participate in this class, check out my blog at www.carolbcrafts.com. The stamp sets that we use in this class are the Cool Treats stamps and the Frozen Treats framelits dies. For this particular project, we're going to need the little ice cream scoop, the chocolate sundae fudge dripping topping, and it's the one that goes to the left when you cut it. It's on the little drip is on the left side. And then we'll use the oblong sprinkles die for the sprinkles for the ice cream. The stamps that we'll be using are the Your stamp, and I have that on a D block. We're going to use the diamond shaped ice cream cone, but you could use this one if you prefer that one. Now this is an optional one. This stamp is optional because on the inside we're going to stamp off and then stamp a little shadow of an ice cream cone. But if you didn't want to do that, you wouldn't need this stamp here. So the other two optional stamps is the ice cream scoop, which would be here, the ice cream topping, I have that on a B block, and then the cool for the sentiment, and we stamp that full strength. Now this is a gatefold card, and as you can see, when I do like this, it doesn't close. That's because of the little latch that we put right here, and the card front actually goes in between that latch, and that's what holds it in place. And it's just trying to get it so that you can see it, and when you push it together, it latches down. Okay, so maybe it'll make more sense as we get further into the class. Now, I did use Wink of Stella, clear Wink of Stella, on the ice cream scoop just to give it a little bit of shimmer, but you don't need to do that unless you want to. I think it kind of makes it look more icy, like ice cream. Okay, let's get started on our card. Now you'll need your bag that has the ovals in it already cut for you, all the ovals that you'll need. It has the scalloped ovals as well, and I've even put the tear and tape on the back for you so that that's all ready to go. So this card should go together pretty quickly. These ovals will need to stamp on. Let's talk about these ovals for a minute for those who are watching. These Peekaboo Peach ovals are the largest scallop oval in the Layering Ovals framelits dies. And that's these dies here. They're not all in here. I have some that are not, that I'm not inside here, but so this would be the largest scalloped oval in the Layering Oval framelits, so you need 2 of those. Then of the regular Whisper White for your sentiment, you would need, I'm including 3, you only need 2, and this is the 3rd largest oval in the same set. And then these are with thick Whisper White. There's 2 of them glued together, and they are the 3rd smallest die in the Layering Ovals framelits dies. So we can set these aside because they are ready to go, And these are 4 pieces of the DSP, the Tasty Treats DSP. And these are cut at and now we'll do our cutting. This is going to be for our card bases, and this is going to be a little different than what we normally do because this is a gatefold card, so we'll be cutting that and scoring it a little differently. So let's go ahead and do that first. This is a half a sheet of chocolate chip and a half a sheet of Whisper White. Now to cut our cardstock for our card base, we're going to cut that at 5.5 like we normally do. But when we get ready to score our cardstock, we're going to do it differently. We're going to score it at 2 1/8. Then we're going to turn it and score it again at 2 1/8. And we'll fold these towards the center, what we've just scored. And then we'll take our bone folder and crease the fold. So we'll do the other one, 2 1/8, and then 2 1/8 again. Fold them towards the center. Use our bone folder and crease them. Alright, we're done with our card bases. Now we're going to get out our chocolate chip and our Whisper White, and we're going to cut our chocolate chip at 5 3/8 lengthwise, and then we'll turn it and cut it at 2 at 2 again, at 2 again, and at 2 again. So we need 4 panels that are 2 inches by 5 3/8. So put those aside for now. Then we'll get our Whisper White. We'll cut that at 5 lengthwise. We won't need this. Then we'll turn it and cut it at 3 3/4. This is for our inside sentiment. And 3 3/4 again. And we won't need this piece. So we have our inside sentiment and our outside panels for our 2 cards. Okay, we're going to do our stamping, and we'll do our inside sentiment first. The inks we'll use is the chocolate chip, the outside, and the inside cool. If you want to do the ice cream cone image, then you would need Sahara Sand and Peekaboo Peach along with the chocolate chip. And we'll be stamping off, so you'll need a scratch piece of paper. Since I'm going to go ahead and use the image in the background there, I'm going to go ahead and stamp that first. Get my ice cream cone, the triangular shaped, and the Sahara Sand ink. And with stamping off, you're not going to have a full strength image, and that's what gives you kind of the ghost look. You stamp quickly there and then down onto your paper, your cardstock, and it leaves a faint image as opposed to the full strength image. Okay, so we'll make sure I get plenty on there. Quickly stamp off and then stamp on to your inside sentiment paper. So we're done with this one and the Sahara Sand. Next we're going to do the ice cream cone. We'll do that in Peekaboo Peach, and again we're going to ink up and stamp off once, 1, and then 2. The second generation stamping, I think, is what they call this. So this would be first generation, second generation. And we're done with our Peekaboo Peach. We'll need our chocolate chip for the little fudge topping. And we'll again stamp off and then stamp on. Stamp off and then on. Okay, and then we're done with that. Now we're going to stamp our cool across the center here where the cone meets the ice cream. And we're going to stamp that full strength, so we won't need our scratch paper anymore. And we're just going to do cool. So this is done. And we'll do cool again. This is done. Now we need to, while we have our chocolate chip out, we're going to do the center. And we'll actually get 2 of the larger white, whisper white ovals. And we want to stamp near the bottom so that we're in this curved part down here, so that we have plenty of room for our ice cream. So we'll get the Your stamp out. Make sure that this is straight. And I'll just stamp down here. It fits really nicely in the bottom. We'll do the same for this one. And that's all the stamping that we need to do. Okay, next we'll do our die cutting. And from your die cut packet, you will have a sheet of the silicone release paper. And this is the, do not use this side. Do not put this next to your adhesive side. Just a little reminder. We'll need Watermelon Wonder. We're going to cut 2 ice cream scoops from the Watermelon Wonder. We're going to cut 2 of the chocolate topping from the chocolate chip. We're going to cut 2 of the ice cream cones from the Sahara Sand. And we're going to cut 4 of the little oblong sprinkles. But we'll do this in just a minute. We'll do that last. We'll go ahead and cut these out and I'll be right back. Okay, for this one I had to use my piercing tool to poke it out to get it to come out of the die. So we have our 2 ice cream scoops, 2 chocolate toppings, and 2 ice cream cones. So we can put these dies away so that we don't lose them. And then we'll go ahead and build our ice cream scoops. I'll put these back in my packet. Now we have our cones, then we have our little scoops, and then we have our ice cream toppings. So I think it'd be best to put our toppings on first with some glue. And I just like to use little dots of glue on the back of the ice cream fudge topping. We'll put that on there and let that dry. Then we'll put some glue dots on the top of the ice cream, across the top of the ice cream cone on the front. And then we will place our ice cream cone on top, our ice cream scoop on top of our cone. Get it to going where we want. And then we'll do the same for the other one. Now, if you wanted to do Wink of Stella, it probably would have been better to do it before, but you could still do it now. But this would be a good time to go ahead and do your Wink of Stella. If you do it after, you won't use as much of your Wink of Stella to cover your ice cream. That's the benefit of waiting and doing it after you put the fudge topping on. But this stuff lasts a really long time anyway, so I guess it's really not a problem. So I'm only going to do the one on camera from here on out, because for sake of time. Let's see, next we're going to do the little oblong sprinkles. So we'll need our little sprinkle die. And if you remember what we did before when we had did the sprinkles, we put some adhesive on the back of our cardstock, and I'm just going to put a couple of strips, maybe 3, and that might be enough. And then I'm going to cover that with silicone release paper, and remember, I'm going to put the side that doesn't have the don't sign against the adhesive. So that will give us enough to do 4 of these. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we're going to go ahead and cut out 4 of these, and we're going to put the die against the cardstock. And if you don't have the silicone release paper, you can use the waxy strip from your mini glue dots. Okay, you will need your piercing tool to do this. And what we'll do is what we've done before is we're going to take our piercing tool and remove those little waxy pieces of waxy paper that are left on our die. It's easier to do when the cardstock is a different color. I think the last time we did it, the cardstock was white and it was making it really hard. So I'm just going to lay this on top and push through with my thing, and then lift it up, and then I have sprinkles. So I'm going to do that again, go through down a little lower through the big shot, and I'll have more sprinkles. And if it comes out of the die, that's all right. You just need to work with it. It will stick to your piercing tool pretty well. See, they came out, so that's fine. I'm just going to take my piercing tool and put them right on my ice cream. Okay, so I'm only going to work with the one ice cream from here out to save time, and the one card. Now we're ready to put this on our oval, and we'll do that with, I guess snail would be fine. You could use glue dots if you want. Just going to place it right here, right above the U for your, and then I'm going to straighten it up. So it says your, and it looks straight enough, I guess. Can't be too perfect. Then next we're going to put together our card. So we need a card base. We need our 2 of our 4 panels. And we need our inside sentiment. And we need 2 of the ice cream panels. So we're going to put these on our chocolate chip with some snail. And you know I like to use my waxy strip. And I found it's easier to do it crossways like this. It's easier to control the movement. It doesn't stick as easy where you don't want it to stick. Alright, I think that is... Okay, I might not need one quite as long. I think I'll tear that one in half. Make it a little easier for me. Then we'll do the other side. Okay, and now we will put these on our front panels. And don't be skimpy with the snail adhesive. Because it's going to have to stay on there good and firm. Make sure you get your ice cream cones going in the same direction. That wouldn't be cool, would it? It wouldn't be cool. Okay. Okay, so we have this part. We'll go ahead and put the inside sentiment inside. I need a longer strip for this one. Make sure it's going in the right direction. Just going to center it here in the center of our card. Now is for the fun part. I'm going to go ahead and put this on here, but we want to put it so that this is on this side. So before you put this on, make sure that your tear and tape is on the left side, that will go on the left side of your card. Okay. Alright, well, we're almost done. So what we want to do now is we want to take the left side of our card and we're going to remove all the sticky, the waxy paper from our tear and tape. And we want to make it so that it goes in the center, but we don't want any of the sticky on the this side. So we just kind of have to do it like this. Okay, it's not straight, so I'm going to pull it off and just kind of reposition it. There, I think that's good. Okay, so then the next thing we need to do is put our little lock in place. So what we're going to do is to take one of these, which is the 2 thick Whisper White. It doesn't work as well with regular Whisper White. You need a thicker cardstock. So I have the 2 oval pieces, and these are the 3rd smallest in the layering ovals framelets. Go ahead and take these off. And again, we're going to put this so that the sticky is on this side and somewhat centered over that edge in the middle. Just press it down really firm, get it in place really good. Okay, so our card is done. Now if you want to push this up against the back of the Peekaboo Peach and slide it in like this. If it doesn't want to slide in, you can always fan this out just a little bit to make it slide in easier. But you don't want to fan it out too much because then you lose that nice tight fit that you get. So that is our card for today, number 6 in my Cool Treats online class. Thanks for taking my class. If you have any questions, email me at carolbcrafts@hotmail.com and check out my blog at www.carolbcrafts.com. Thanks a lot. Have a great day. Bye now.